recording in progress. I don't see nothing counting down. Recording in progress. Is it recording? Is it recording? It says recording in progress.
Is this recording? Just recording?
Stop recording it. Quiet on the set! Oh, quiet on the set! Shh! I had to shush my wife. She's talking.
The hell you say?
Actually, she wasn't. I'm just making it up. This particular video goes out to Skeeter Snell. Yes, sir. Skeeter Snell, you have just now been challenged. And here's the challenge. After following the...
Okay, who's the expert now?
That damn it, I cannot talk. This happens to go to you, Skeeter Snell. Yes, sir. You. After watching this video right here, I challenge you on a YouTube video to sit there and cook a meal for your family and get a honest, totally, 100% review. I kind of cheated, Skeeter, because the kids ain't here this weekend. All I have is my wife, and she was like, either it's a 50-50. You know I'm going to say, you know I'm going to say that. And I got a lot of persuasive over here, because you know my wife. And so I kind of cheated. But anyway, it's up to you. Sit there and cook a meal for you and your family to get the honest review over. That's all I'm saying. Simple. This video is for you, Skeeter. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.
Are you ready to rumble?
Howdy everybody out there in YouTube land. This is a personal challenge to Skeeter Snell, who happens to be one of my good friends out there on YouTube land. Yes sir, Mr. Skeeter, you have now been officially challenged. I want you to produce in your kitchen, either in, say, an outdoor cooking adventure, which I know you love and I personally love myself, but I'm stuck here in my house. A personal meal that you can cook for your family that your family will say, good. Now, I'm going to do this thing here. The kids are not here this weekend, so I'm kind of like at a handicap. I don't have my kids here, but I do have my wife, and believe me, Skeeter, my wife is very honest. Sorry. It's kind of scary. So I'm going to show you one of my personal recipes that I use all the time. A little bit improvised. And here it is. Okay, Skeeter, just for you. I've got two pork steaks. The oven is on the broil setting. The broil setting is because I'm trying to utilize this electric stove as an outside barbecue grill. What we have in this mixing bowl is, I don't know if anyone can recognize that, is actually Pampa onion recipe soup and dip mix, which is just like a Lipton onion soup mix, but only $1. Okay. This is a recipe that I have found that works well on pork steak. Now, I'm going to use them Always Save mayonnaise. And I apologize for this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to do this as professional as I can by holding my cell phone and throwing the mayonnaise in there, one-handed. I want about a cup. Now, that's almost a cup. I'm eyeballing it. Now, what I want to state here and now, this recipe is not for 2 pork steaks. This recipe is for 4 to 5 pork steaks. Understand? Okay. So you're going to cut this recipe, 1 package of the Pampa. The Pampa comes in a 2-pack. For 2 pork steaks, you're going to take that 1 package and cut it into half. I don't know how to do a finger half. Half only. And then a half a cup of mayonnaise. But in this case, I'm using a full package of Pampa and about roughly, very roughly, 1 cup of mayonnaise. And then, best choice, rich and creamy sour cream. Now what this is going to do, hold on, I am really trying, I'm getting a very good, generous spoonful, and I'm going to dump it in on top of the mayonnaise. Now, I cannot do this one-handed. Y'all see what I'm doing here? I'm holding the camera and trying to stir at the same time. So I'm going to get back to you in just a second as soon as I get it all stirred. Now, Skeeter, I have a paintbrush that I bought a long time ago, and I marked it barbecue only. This is my cooking paintbrush. I bought it at my grocery, where I work, at State Line, for $1. And I've used this for cooking only. You definitely don't want to paint nothing with it. So I've got the previous mixture of the Always Save mayonnaise and, let me get it the way we see it. The Always Save mayonnaise, about a cup. A good, very stout helping, more than a tablespoon, of best choice sour cream, and then mixed it with 1 package of Pampa onion soup mix. And this particular mix up here will easily take care of 4 to 5 steaks. The reason why I mixed up too much, I will show you in just a minute, because I only have 2 pork steaks to work on, and I'm going to coat these very, very generously. I've got this in a one of these pans that I bought a long time ago. Anyone who's watched my videos, you saw me show a very cheap set of cookware for outdoor cooking. I think you saw the bacon wrapped hot dogs. It was a round baking pan. I bought these particular pans at the exact same time, and we're still using these pans. They've not been seasoned in the traditional way. But anyway, that's beside the point. Hold on. Now, you can see that coating on there. I have just literally brown, kind of a gray brown looking mayonnaise. Now, when you put this on the broiler at high, y'all, this is not a first time experiment. This is a fully tested and proven experiment. When you put that mixture on top of those pork steaks and you pop them in the oven on broiler, you're fixing to get one of the most tastiest treats you've ever had in your life. Now, I'm going to go ahead and pop them in the oven. I'm going to start on the mashed potatoes while it's cooking. And here's the next scene. Oh, let's do this. Let's do this. For some reason, I don't know why I have to be specific. All right, we got the broiler on in the oven. That's the top. That's top. Bottom. Bottom's not on. Top's on. Broiler. The rack is sitting next to the last setting in the oven. Man, that's hot. All right. Next to the last setting, we're going to pick this pan up, set it on the rack. I wish I had my camera lady, my wife here, and we're going to close it up. And I would say within 5 minutes, that dude is ready to flip over and to coat the other side. But let me go ahead and get this, my number 1 burner here. We're going to put that on medium to a 6 setting, medium to 6. And we're going to get ready to do some mashed potatoes and gravy. Okay, on the back burner, we have got about 3 to 4 cups of water. We're going to turn this past we're going to put this on a 7 to get the water close to a rolling boil. One thing I want to stress about cooking utensils that I found out, if you turn that dude on high, you think you're going to try to heat water up in this particular instance very quickly, you're going to take a very big chance on damaging your pots. That's right. Don't rush it, ladies and gentlemen. Keep it on about a medium to a medium-high heat, which would be like an 8 on this particular. I'm using an electric stove, and I do not like cooking on electric stoves, but this is what I got to work with. So we're looking at an 8 now to boil this water, 3 to 4 cups. We're going to put it on a 6. I'm used to doing it at that particular temperature, and then we're going to do some instant potatoes. Instant, yes, I know. I could have done some baked potatoes. I could have done them manually. I could have done anything in the world, but I want to show you this Idaho Supreme instant mashed potatoes for $1. I wrote the price on it for $1. It's a very good product, and yes, you see my leftover Bacardi 151. Yes, I like to drink. Sorry. Do not be fooled by prices of cheap products, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm telling you, when you add just a little bit of seasoning to it, it can be immaculate. And if you've got a big family, feed them on some cheap stuff. In this particular case, it's just me and my wife. So as soon as that comes to a boil, I'm going to add the mashed potatoes to it, and then I'm going to show you the rest of it. In the meantime, we've got the pork steaks in there. I'm going to lower this oven. I don't have a window to look into it, and every time I open the door, it releases the heat. So now, look at how hot that is. The pan is actually warped. The thin, cheap pan. But I've used this thing over and over and over again. I know what it's doing. I wonder if I can get the light to come on while the video's going. There we go. I don't know if I can see that any better. But that mayonnaise mixture with the Lipton onion soup mix on top, I promise you, when it turns to a golden brown, it will tenderize that meat. You pull it out, and then you turn it over. Now the smoke alarm's going off. That hasn't been but 4 minutes. 4 minutes. The most. There's no fire. Quit. Lord have mercy. That's what happens when you open up a door while you're cooking and you're in an apartment that has these regulations in it. I apologize for that. Oh, I forgot to turn the fan on. I did it for the video. Now the fan's on, you can hear it. That sucks the excess moisture out. I'll be right back. The alarm just went off again. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I turn this fan off. Hopefully you can hear that. This is why you cannot grill inside your apartment with a barbecue grill. Turn the fan back on in case the fire alarm goes off again. This is not quite ready on this particular side, but you can see how dark it is. Do you see that mayonnaise mixture on there? No, you do not. Do you know why? Because it has cooked through. Let me turn this off so you can hear me. We have actually cooked this for approximately 4.5 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. I kind of lost track of the time. The alarm went off, the fire alarm went off. We're going to turn this over to the raw steak. This is the raw side of the pork steak. Turn it over. I apologize for my amateur attempts. That is the raw side of the pork steak. Now we're going to apply the mayonnaise and the Pampa the Pampa lifted onion soup mix mixture to this side. You see how hot that thing has just. You can barbecue in your oven. Just make sure you don't have a fire alarm in your apartment, which I've done this many a times, and that thing has not went off nearly this easy. This is always save mayonnaise. Let me get this out of the way. Believe me, I used to be in the fire department for over 14 years. I know about safety regulations. I know what it's all about. I'm not going to go into the details of this thing. But one thing is I definitely know how to cook. Now the reason it's sizzling is because I left that oven on. My eye, this eye here was on. And we're going to utilize that. I'm going to go ahead and turn it off now. I wanted to make sure that this did not lose continuous cooking, which since now I'm talking on the video, it will. All right, you didn't see that smoke just boil out of there. We're popping that back in there on broil, closing it up, and now we're waiting on the water to boil for the mashed potatoes. Okay, I don't get it. The alarm just went off again. Third time in a row. There's no smoke in the room. Man, I tell you what, this is a very good fire alarm. I don't know what name brand it is, but luckily it don't go off when we're smoking in the house. I'm a smoker. My wife's a smoker. That's very little smoke there. And that's and look at the stove. I'm gonna hold it steady. Can you see any smoke coming out of that? No. It has a very wonderful smell. But I guess smoke alarms are prejudiced. We're still waiting on the water to boil, and it's been on there about maybe 3 minutes. But you do cook this on broil. You want to cook your steaks on broil. No doubt about it. You hear the fan in the background. I got it on low. I need to put it on high, actually. Put it on high. Try to keep that alarm from going out again. And there we go. Be right back, and of course, instantly it'll be right back. Okay, I just pulled the steaks out at about 2.5 minutes, and there goes the alarm again. I swear to God. Now I can see some smoke filling up. Let's rip it out the ceiling. Hush. We're trying to cook here. Geesh, I appreciate them being so sensitive, but this is totally uncalled for. I mean, we're not asleep. Alright. This is the only problem I had in this apartment. That alarm is super sensitive. And it's not anywhere near the state that I want it to be. Now, these steaks are cooked at about 2.5 minutes on each side. I know I said 5 minutes because I'm used to cooking as the grate in the oven is usually lower. Actually, it's usually lower. I had it up 2 notches above the top, so I don't know how many inches that is. Look, I'm not a perfectionist here. I just learned how to cook on something that I'm forced to cook on. But you can see the darkness in the meat. And if I had my camera lady here to hold the camera, try this right here. Try this one-handed. I try to cut the steak. That's very, very tender. I've got a very dull knife. Believe me, this thing will not cut butter. That's how dull these knives are. And I'm separating very thin steak. This is not even maybe a 1/4 of an inch. You can see the steak is cooked all the way through. All the way through. This steak is perfect. We're not going to mess with it no more. We've turned the oven back to the off position. We're going to let this meat rest. We're going to let this water heat up. And we're going to move this right here to the back side. And I would have had this going a long time ago. But I'm trying to do the video at the same time. Now we're going to make the gravy. Okay. Oh my goodness. I just took a bite out of the pork steak, and ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you right now, I'm just being honest as I can be. Let me turn that fan off. Maybe you can hear me now. That pork steak is perfect. The mayonnaise and the Pampa, the dollar brand Pampa, what I call the Lipton onion soup mix. The Pampa brand, only $1, just raised it up to whole another level. Now, I've been cooking with that particular thing for a long time. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put some of it in the gravy if I've got another package with it. I don't think I do. I'll show you how to make gravy from scratch. But the little trick, as a matter of fact, what the leftover mayonnaise and Pampa onion that I had left over, I'm going to use that in the gravy. That's why I said I'm going to use the Pampa gravy. Pampa. This stuff left over. I know I don't talk like I know what I'm talking about, but I do know what I'm talking about because I've been cooking for a very long time, and there is nobody in this world has ever said my food tastes like crap. I used to be a deli manager. I cooked a very long time, and these were all my recipes I came up with. The only reason I left the deli is because of my divorce, my 3rd wife. I did not want to be where I was at after my divorce. I decided, met wife number 4, so I said I'll move down there with her. So I got back in the grocery store business, and we've been married ever since. So anyway, that's beside the point. That's why ManLand was created, for me to show you that life's not over. When you think life's over, your loved ones have died, you feel like the world's coming to an end, believe me, I've been there and through all that. And it takes an awful lot to pick yourself up and keep going. And now I'm sitting there rambling. And this is supposed to be a cooking show, so. But not on the hobo stove. Let me show you the hobo stove. I promise you the next video will be the hobo stove, because that's the stove that I love. And right, Skeeter? Now, Skeeter, this is a personal challenge to you. I want you to cook for your family, either outdoors, indoors, and now the phone's ringing, so I got to answer it, and it's not my wife because it's not my cell phone. I bet you this is my wife's mama. Where's the phone? There it is. Nope, it's her kids. Hello. Hey. Nope, she ain't got home yet. Kevin, uh-oh. Well, he done sit there and acted up again. What's he done down now? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the camera lady has arrived. Now on the water, mashed potatoes, Shot over here. We're going to add a third of the stick to the approximate 3 cups of water of bluebonnet margarine. Only 89 cents a grocery store in State Line, Mississippi. Yeah. I do not get paid for advertising. I just do it. We're going to let that melt. Can you see that? All right. Over here, baby. Shine it down in there. Now we've got some oil. The fan is still going to keep the fire alarm from going off. We've got oil in this pan right here. Now you can shine over here, baby. We've got Best Choice flour, self-rising flour. I don't usually use a 5-pound bag because it's hard to sit there and tap out, and that is way too damn much. It just fell out. Hold on, back up, baby. Back up, baby. This is a failure. Back up, past the garbage can. I gotta get rid of this. That just flopped out. Okay, back over here. This is not a good tutorial. You don't need but a quarter of a cup of flour, and I got approximately half a cup, if not even more, in there. The oil was about a third of a cup of oil. Always save oil. Now, it's not hard making gravy. It is not hard making gravy at all. Let me turn this off. Hope you can hear me now. It's not hard to make gravy at all. You just need a metal spatula. This is not really a spatula. I don't know what you call that. It's curved. What do you call that, babe?
A spatula is what I call it.
Yeah, kind of a spatula. And you sit there and you mix. Now, you're supposed to have, go ahead and cut right now. This has been, well, how many minutes? Maybe 3, 4 minutes? I don't know, y'all. I'm not looking at the clock. I'm trying to talk. My wife's running the video camera, and I'm trying to cook at the same time. I don't keep up with this stuff. But all we got in there is cooking oil. We dumped too much flour in there. Y'all saw me dump the extra flour out. We're just trying to brown this flour. This is as simple as it gets, and the secret is to keep stirring. Keep stirring. Do not stop stirring. Once you get to the consistency here, you determine if you're going to have a white gravy, a light brown gravy, or dark gravy. In this particular instance, I want a dark brown gravy. So we're going to keep on going. While that is going, we got a full glass of water, absolute water. This is something you can do out in the woods. You don't have to have milk, cream, eggs, nothing. This is it. Now, one little extra ingredient I will show you. Now, zoom in on this gravy right here. This is going to be about the right consistency. This is about as dark as I want it. You're burning, and now it's going to sit there. Put a little bit of water in there. Constantly stir. Maybe a third of that glass. Constantly stir. Constantly stir. See how it thickens up? You thicken up to a paste. Add the rest of it to it. I'm not sure how many cups that is. It's maybe, I don't know. I don't cook according to measurements. I just cook according to what I know. That is about 2 2/3 a cup, maybe. And you see how this starts to thicken up automatically. When it starts to get to this consistency, look up here at the dial here. I'm going to cut this down between 1.5 and 2 on the electric stove. Back to the gravy. Now, if it's still a little bit thick, you can add a little bit more water to it, which is what I'm going to do. I've got that same glass about a little better than half full. I'm going to only pour about half of that mixture in there because I'm going to simmer this gravy, and it's going to cook down as a simmer. Now, this gravy is not seasoned. All this is oil and flour. That's all it is. Now here is one of the secret ingredients. I did not have any more of the Lipton onion soup mix Tampa brand. Now I'm using the actual Lipton brand beefy onion, which I know will be just as good because it's the original. We're going to add that to it. But now the Tampa brand would be excellent too. And it's only 50 cents a package. And we're going to mix this in here, which will make the gravy a little bit darker according to consistency. And you want to simmer this thing for at least 5 minutes. That will take the dehydrated onions, and that time there with the heat will cause the dehydrated onions to rehydrate. And you talking about some good stuff. Now, you can salt and pepper according to taste. That's up to you. Totally up to you. What I do, when I get to this stage right here, and I need to add a little bit more water. Remember, it's about 2/3. Now it's down to half. I'm going to add a little bit more to thin it up just a little bit more. When you add cold water to it, it's going to slow the cooking process down. Keep it running the gravy. Keep it running the gravy. Keep it running the gravy. I grab a fresh, clean spoon. Now you can look at me. You can look at me now. Okay. I taste it, and it's perfect. Ooh, that. The Lipton brand is actually pretty daggone good. Yeah. I usually promote the Tampa brand. You saw that earlier. This is very good. Okay. Tampa brand is not bad. Now, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do next. When this reaches back here, when it starts to boil on this low temperature right here, you start to see a little bit of a bubble there. I don't know if the camera saw that. When it starts to get a few consistent bubbles, let me turn it back up to about 3. All right, now you start to see it bubbling. That leftover marinade we put on the steaks, we're going to put that in there. That's right, and mayonnaise and the Tampa. Mayonnaise and the Tampa. Therefore, we're not wasting anything. And we're going to mix it. Mix it very thoroughly. See how it lightens it up? That's the mayonnaise. And I know a lot of people are going, ooh, mayonnaise in your gravy? If you ain't tried it, you don't know what living's all about. I'm telling you right now. Now we're going to let this simmer. We're going to cut this temperature back down to about 1.5. I want this to continue to thicken up. You can see how thick it is, but I want them onions to rehydrate. Oh, and one other thing too. If you have an electric grate or eye, and you're cooking and you tap your spoon on the side of your pot or bowl or whatever you're cooking on, you're transforming that force down into there. You're going to end up cracking or breaking that thing. So always lift your pot up when you do that. I make it a habit of that. That way I never wear out that eye. Now look over here. Show them the steaks. You see the steaks I split open, I taste test it, and do a little piece right there. Ooh, 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 ooh. Wife on camera again. Honest taste test. Now,
Good.
I know it's good, but
I like
is it bad?
It's good.
No, it's good. Okay. All right. She won't ever lie on me, y'all. All right, hold the thing here. We're gonna let you do another taste test. I'm gonna cut that right there off. A little piece of pork steak. The gravy's not really ready yet. Now, all right. It's gonna be hot, babe. You know that, of course.
Of course.
Yep. There we go. Now blow it off real good.
That is good.
I know it is. Chef Ramsay can kiss my ass. But now, honestly though, good or bad? I mean, if it's medium, it's like okay. You know, I cooked a lot of meals. I said, it's okay.
That's good.
What was that meal I cooked last time that I said it was okay? No, it wasn't the pizza. Well, no, actually the pizza was much better than okay.
It was excellent.
But it was
Chicken gizzards?
chicken gizzards, yeah. Chicken gizzards were okay. Okay. Because we had way too much seasoning in them, and they were way overcooked. But y'all didn't see that on the video, because that's what cooking's all about. You live around. Now we're ready for the mashed potato. We're gonna hit pause. Now we've got the margarine melted in the water in about 2.5, maybe 3 cups of water. We're going to add the Idaho Supreme mashed potatoes. These are instant potatoes. And I know what you're saying about instant potatoes. I agree, but mashed potatoes ain't bad as long as you follow this little simple recipe. We're going to add a few flakes to it. We're going to stir it. See the consistency in there? I'm going to take it off the fire. And we added about maybe 2 cups. I don't think it's quite 2 cups. Now see how thick that is? See how my spoon's starting to bend? Alright. That's the right consistency that I want for mashed potato. I'm going to turn the eye off. Again, the secret ingredient is mayonnaise. Very, very simple. You can add milk to it, mayonnaise. This makes all the difference in the world. And make it taste like real suds. I'm adding maybe a half a cup, maybe 3/4 a cup of mayonnaise. That's closer to a cup, but maybe 3/4. And I'm going to sit there and mix them up. And you're going to see the consistency of the mayonnaise. The mashed potatoes turn to a much better consistency. I'm so glad you're here. Because I can't do all this at one time. Really can't. Now you see the consistency? See how thick that is? But yet it flows. Now you're talking about some good mashed potatoes, being that they're instant. Now, one little extra ingredient you can add to it. What I like to do is put, I'm using the same fork, is that same sour cream. I'm going to go ahead and use the rest of this container. Kind of running, because I had it sitting out for a while and it kind of went crazy. Started to. And we don't like to waste sour cream around here. We use the sour cream on everything. Whether it's salad, mashed potatoes, baked potatoes, and turnip greens and cornbread, we use sour cream. There we go. We give that a good mix. And that just replaced your milk. You can add whole milk, skim milk, 2% milk. Sour cream just adds a whole new dimension. You can put sour cream on chili. That's right. It's good stuff. Now, for another dimension, if you want some cheesy potatoes, you can add a little bit of cheese on top of this while it's still hot. You can add mozzarella. You can add basically any kind of cheese you want. But let me see what I got there. I think, we're not going to add cheese to it. I got plenty of cheese left, but I'm not going to add it to it because we got this good gravy going. Notice no salt or pepper has been added. Salt and pepper. Alright, salt and pepper is added only after the meal is completed. Okay? When you put it on the plate, some people say, hey, I need a little salt, a little pepper. Let them put that on there then. I don't eat salt. I don't eat a lot of salt at all. I love pepper. I can eat pepper cooked into it. It's fine. But I don't eat a lot of salt. So, that being said, we're done. I'm going to show you the results of my wife eating this meal. Get her reaction. If she lies, I'll whip her butt. Bye-bye.
Cut.
Okay. Okay, this is the end result. It's a pork steak covered in gravy, mashed potatoes and gravy. The only thing I season the top on is black pepper, and it's Spice Supreme black pepper. Now my wife's going to try to take a test, and she's going to give me a totally honest review. If she throws up, I apologize. Okay, the gravy passed the taste test, and
That's definitely good.
okay, so we have a thumbs up, 2 thumbs up, 6-pack salute, 12-pack salute. How would you rate that? Between a 1 and 10, you saying a 10? Okay. It's hard for me to get a honest result from my wife, but this is Amateur Artist Mark D channel to come to you live, well, not live now, but recorded live at the time. Chef Ramsay, all I gotta say is that eat your heart out, because not everything that is store-bought tastes bad. You just gotta know how to cook it. And if you're a good cook, you can cook. What was that be? Was that me? You? Might be my phone. Anyway, as I said before, y'all take care, don't stare, watch out for those low-flying UFOs out there. They have been known to pick up a few folks.